All right. So, Donna, to start, I want to ask you, what would you do with an extra $100,000 right now?
I would definitely invest into my retirement um, because I was a stay-at-home mom for 17 years. And so I lack retirement funds or putting funds away for retirement. And that is what is concerning me now with my stage in life. I'm a Gen X and I turned 50 this year. And I am considered the mature generation, along with the boomers and the silents. So I would definitely be investing, and I'm actually looking, trying to find what is the best investment for me
Awesome.
financially.
That's fantastic. So, is that the same answer that you would have given me before we talked?
No, I would be like, I got bills to pay, I got this expense, and I need to fund this travel, or I just had expenses that weighed me down as obligations, and I couldn't see. I had blinders on.
And so it's two very different answers, two very different energy around money. Is that right? I mean, so what would you say going through Program for Prosperity? How is the way you feel about money? How is that different?
So I believe that I've reduced or eliminated my money scarcity mindset, or my financial scarcity mindset. And if you can't tell, it brought me a lot of joy, freedom, because when we first met, I was in a place of, well, I don't know if we can work together because I don't know about my job. And, if they renew my contract, then I promise we'll work together. And if I were to give any advice to anyone, just go with it, do the work, because the money is going to follow. It's not when I get the money, because it'll never be. You just have to take a leap of faith and do the work. You have to put the time into it, and the money's following. I've created that. I've manifested that through the hypnosis.
Yeah. And through the work that you did because of the hypnosis.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. So you have transitioned, you've made a massive transition. And so how did Program for Prosperity and we're working together, how did that affect your career, your vocation, your business? What is different now? What did you do?
So I left a toxic work environment where I was definitely undervalued and underpaid. And leaving that, it was hard because I had a passion for what I was doing. And I couldn't see the financial piece. I was too concerned over, well, there's nothing else out there for me, so I'm just going to have to stay in this toxic environment. I had the blinders on.
Yeah.
I couldn't see anything else. I was too stressed. And what has changed for me is now leaving that, the joy came back. And that was what was lost. Is when I first came to see you, my top thing is I want joy. I had very little joy. I mean, there was things that brought me joy, but it just wasn't often enough. I've already am excelling in my real estate career. I've sold a couple properties and I'm getting referrals every day. Every day. Yes.
That was going to be my question, is like, so you're seeing that when you allowed that door to open and you made the change with help, because it does, change is hard. There are blinders on, but when you made the change with help and you stepped in to that future vision, not knowing how, right? Not knowing how you'd be successful. And you just said, I've sold properties and referrals are coming
in. Like I already got two today.
Get out. That's amazing.
But so it's amazing. If you said, well, why didn't you do it sooner? It was the confidence. It was scary. It was change. And I would say that I was a person who did not like change. I would rather suffer than make the change.
Brilliant. That's huge right there. And most people don't realize that they've got that such a foot on the brake, and it's keeping them from a joyful way of doing business and realizing your potential. I mean, you're in sales and marketing. This is what you do. You have all this confidence of it. And now you get to do that for yourself instead of for people that don't even want you to step up and be all that you can be. Like,
Yeah.
right?
I was very limited in, I was boxed in a
Mhm.
lot. I couldn't make my decisions. And for the first time since graduating high school, and going to college, I actually felt in control of my schedule and my life. Like, Donna gets to make these decisions.
What?
I don't have to ask anybody. I
Yeah.
don't have to prove myself. I don't have to make everybody happy. The only person I have to make happy is me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, that's freedom. That is joy. And that's what was missing in my life. And if I would have known how I could be today, last year, about this time, I would have definitely said, let's go for it.
Yeah.
And we met in the late of June of last year. I didn't even know there was such a thing as hypnosis for financial,
Freedom.
raising my financial thermostat.
That's right.
Had no idea, and I took a leap of faith. And I'm so glad that you found me. I couldn't be any happier.
Awesome. So we've talked, people come to Program for Prosperity because they've got stress around money, this anxiety around money. Perhaps they want to leave a career that they know isn't fulfilling, right? But it's scary to change. Or perhaps they know that they've hit a glass ceiling in their business or their coaching or real estate or anything. They've hit a glass ceiling. They just can't figure out why. And do people come for money? Not a question. I'm cool with that. But it's called Program for Prosperity for a reason. And my question for you is, how has the program itself and the things that you've learned, how has it impacted other areas of your life? What's the ripple effect been?
So I would definitely say, first off, my marriage.
Yay.
So the toxic environment was definitely a huge wedge in our marriage. I would go to work, I would come home grumpy. Sometimes I would even come home crying. And I'm a very strong person, and it's really hard to make me cry. And there was days I would actually cry. And I'm like, this isn't me, because I'm a very strong woman. And I've been through a lot of different situations. And yeah, it was so toxic that it built this wedge between my husband and myself. And that was like almost immediately removed as soon as he said, let's do this. Let's do real estate. Let's move on. And I gave them a 2 weeks notice, and I would say that wedge was gone like almost immediately. So it was magical, I guess you could say, in a sense.
Yeah.
I told somebody it was like I could feel the shackles being released. As soon as I gave my notice, it was like the shackles were gone.
Brilliant.
And it was an amazing feeling. Did I feel good the next day? No. Like, I was questioning myself, because you know how the brain, oh, are you sure you did the right thing? Are you sure you're going to be able to do this? Are you sure you're good enough? That whole programming starts all over again. And that's where the hypnosis comes in. I put my earbuds in and I started listening to I'm Enough. I started listening to Fear of Rejection. So you really got to reprogram your mind and play a different piece of software.
Yes. Yeah. Install the right software, because that old negative programming is not taking you where you want to go. And it can be really painful. Shut it up.
Yes. I think I told you in one of our sessions, I said, my job is killing me.
Yeah.
I did. I mean, I said, this job is killing me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to congratulate you on all of the incredible changes that you have made. And I know really this is just the beginning. So thank you for taking that leap of faith and for doing this for you and for all of the incredible people that you get to shine your light with from here on out as you do what is authentically you in all of your capacity. So congratulations.
Well, I really appreciate that. And I do want to just thank you for all the work that you have done for me. And then also, I don't want to neglect our group, all of our group
Yes.
discussions. So all the support that we have in
Yes.
our lounges.
Yeah.
So I can't say how valuable all of that has been to me as well. So you have played a big part in this as well too. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Awesome.